I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry. 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 I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, okay?
Hey, you. Welcome back to I'm Sorry, Okay? A podcast where we are watching so much Degrassi. I'm Paul, here with Mary and LD. This week, we are wrapping up Season 3 of Degrassi Junior High, so let's get into it. As with previous wrap-ups, we will go through some superlatives and choose our favorites from this season.
I'm thrilled. I'm so stoked.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
do it.
All right. So for our first superlative, we have most responsible adult.
Slim Pickens. Let's go.
All right. First, we have Wheels Grandma, Mr. Garcia, Joey's supervisor at CRAZ Radio, and Dr. Sally.
Oh,
Yeah,
I forgot Dr. Sally was in this season.
A
I
brief
dropped Dr.
cameo.
Sally in there.
Is what she does an act of responsibility? I think she just sort of tells Joey his demo is nice.
Yeah, no, it's not that she does something specifically responsible. It's just that she is a responsible adult.
Okay.
That's true. She's holding it down at the radio station.
She's disseminating sex information to the teens of Toronto, and I think that's not to be overlooked.
So just generally, like her as a being.
Yeah, man.
Okay, all right. Also, Joey's supervisor at CRAZ Radio. I'd say she's very responsible in that she's very concerned about how things in the office are kind of managed.
And she's putting a stop to his shenanigans.
His tomfoolery.
Because
Ooh,
leaving your
yeah.
demo on someone's desk is very irresponsible. That's not how you act at work.
Mm-hmm.
Wheels' grandma is... Who put this one in there? Who suggested this?
Mary, was this you?
Was it me? I feel like I would have written Grandma Wheeler if it were me.
Maybe it was me.
I think it
Yeah.
was maybe you,
This definitely wasn't me.
but I'm not sure.
I don't
wouldn't-
really remember.
I wouldn't have put her in as a contender, to be honest.
I mean, she drove like an hour to track down Wheels. That's pretty responsible.
She's taking responsibility for her recently orphaned grandson. She does seem concerned about him. She's doing her best. She's also taking care of Grandpa Wheeler.
That's true. She is a responsible adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we've got Mr. Garcia, who obviously...
I mean, he's great.
I think he's
Yeah.
the best, man.
Yeah.
It feels really one-sided when you're up against Mr. Garcia and his calm but firm demeanor.
He's
just the
not...
obvious choice.
He's not just teaching math. You know what I mean? He's also teaching about HIV. And he
He's teaching
volunteered
about-
for that shit.
He volunteered, exactly. He volunteered because he thought it was important for those kids to know about it. Every scene with him, we give him like endless praise for, his calm demeanor, calm but professional.
Extremely responsible behavior, if you ask me.
He isn't
Yes.
negging any of his students, and he remains calm during a fire drill. And I think that those should just be like a given, but not at Degrassi.
True.
All right. So let's put it up to a vote. We've got Wheels Grandma, Mr. Garcia, Supervisor, and Dr. Salary. Who do we got?
Dr. Salary.
Yeah. I'm not fixing that. We're moving on. Who do we got?
Garcia. The obvious choice.
Our tall king.
Shout out to you, Mr. Garcia. All
We
right.
love you.
Next, we have our best B plot.
Ooh.
So first, all right, these are a few. So just kind of keep them in mind as we're going. We have the in tandem snubbing of Lucy ditching LD for Paul while Kathleen ditches Melanie for Power. We have Joey's failed career at the radio station. Erica's love of astrology. Alexa invites everyone over for baklava. The Gourmet Scum concert. Joey asking out Caitlin to win a bet. And Alex, who can't decide on how to greet people. Get all that? Good. Wonderful.
I mean, they're all really good.
It's true.
Joey's failed career at the radio station went on for a couple episodes, which I liked. Like
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
we stuck with it, which I think was
Yeah.
great.
And he was a failure in many ways. You know?
I think the Gourmet Scum concert might be in my top running. Just generally, I love a gig.
For me, it's Alex can't decide how to greet people. Welcome to Degrassi. Because it felt really realistic to me. It's something that I would agonize over for weeks. It was my can relate from that episode. I vibe with Alex in a way that I do not know if I vibe with anyone else on this show. He's so neurotic and he's so worried all the time.
All right, Mary, do you have a top pick?
A top pick.
Yeah.
I also, Joey's failed career at the radio station gave us a lot of hits. The astrology B plot I also enjoyed. No one mentioned the baklava. I definitely added that to the list because I just like that she just kept throwing that out there.
All right, well, the question was, do you have one that you prefer? We're trying to narrow this down here.
I would narrow it down to the radio station and Erica's love of astrology.
Here was my problem with the love of astrology B plot. It didn't give us enough star signs. They only gave us small, like, fine, okay, the twins are Geminis, whatever. Give me something I can
obvious.
work with.
It left us wanting more, and I think that's fair. So I say it's out.
Yeah, like, it wasn't like they left me wanting more in, like, a tantalizing way. It was like,
No.
you missed some key opportunities to really, like, explore who the fuck in this group is a Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Would
Like,
love
tell
to
me who
know.
the Libra is. I've been trying to figure it out. And at various points, we've been like, it's Snake, it's Wheels. But obviously now we know Wheels is a Sagittarius, maybe. Depending on whose postcard you're reading.
He did go on that adventure.
Yeah, exactly. He's running away. He can't be tied down. And, you know, would have loved to know Nancy's star sign. Like, give that to me in an IV. I need to know.
Got to be a Capricorn or a Virgo.
Yeah, it feels that way, but what if she's just
But we
like...
need confirmation. I agree.
Yeah.
What if she's a
agree.
spicy Cancer? We don't know. I need information.
My only issue, yeah, I think we can cut that one from the running. My only issue with Alex greeting people is that I'm not sure it qualifies as a B plot.
I guess maybe it was like a C plot.
Yeah.
In
if
which
it was
case-
best C plot, hands down.
In which case, you know what? I'm going to say Alexa inviting everyone over for baklava.
Okay.
That's
All right.
my
Is
favorite
that-
people.
All right. Majority rule here at I'm sorry, okay. Wonderful.
And I love that, like, Simon decided to go.
Simon. Oh, yeah, because at first he said no.
They rekindled their romance.
It brought them back together.
I want to know if Alexa's mom is rolling out that phyllo pastry herself or if that's store-bought. Phyllo's
I
hard,
feel like it's
dude.
I feel like it's gotta be homemade if like it's getting its own invitation.
How is she getting those very thin layers? How's she doing it?
She'll never tell you. It's her secret.
All right. All right. So it has been decided. The best B plot. Alexa inviting everyone over for baklava. I love it.
Hey, I feel like you
Yes.
just said that so we would move on, Paul.
Yeah, I
but
did.
That's fine.
So now we have best hair. Again, many options. Try and keep up.
Tough
We've got-
competition.
Trudy's undercut. Luella Hawkins' bleach blonde hair. BLT's initials in his hair. Dorothy's curls. Arthur's mullet. Wheels' mullet. And Spike's punk hair.
I mean, right out of the gate here, I think Wheels' mullet is better than Arthur's mullet. I'm just gonna... Is that controversial?
I
Nah.
prefer Arthur's mullet personally, but I just love a naturally curly mullet.
Wheels is so, like, feathered.
That's what I don't like about
They
it.
frame his
I
big
don't
glasses so
understand
perfectly.
feathering.
Do you not? He looks fucking incredible.
I mean, I don't understand how to feather.
Oh, me neither.
So I guess it is a skill set that I don't have. And I should appreciate it more for that reason.
I think Spike's had her day, man. I need her. I need her to get a new haircut.
Feels like she didn't really like reinvent anything this season.
No, man. I mean, on one hand, it's like, okay, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
True. And she really gets put through it by what's his name, the guy at the hot dog stand.
How do you make it like that? Stick your finger in the light socket each morning?
So like she's earning this look, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm just a little like, okay, we've seen this. We can move on from this.
I kind of like Trudy's undercut.
I was just going there too. She's always changing the color of the top part of her hair too.
She's got that Rufio look.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think that might be my pick.
I
For
also
me-
feel like
Go ahead.
well, I was just gonna say, even though she was never, like a main character, I always would spot her hair and notice it and appreciate it. So I'm also going with Trudy.
I respect the democratic process and I appreciate that the majority rules. My vote, however, is for BLT's initials in his hair
It's pretty
because
good.
I love how often people on Degrassi reference their own names.
Oh,
Lucy and her
yeah.
like Lucy shirt. I love when the Zits all had their like names on their
Yep.
on their sweatshirts. I just like I love a self-referential style choice.
I think Snake has a snake sweater too.
I think he does.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a
just like-
jacket, maybe.
Okay.
But anyway,
All right.
Trudy
Yeah.
wins, but
Okay.
I just really wanted an honorable mention for BLT because
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
that's it. And also, what a commitment because his name is not BLT in real life. Like,
Yeah, that's true. Very true. Yeah.
All right. Well, we salute you, BLT.
Yes.
All right. Now we have our look of the season. First, Lucy's Sergeant Pepper chic.
oof.
Mike's full sweat look.
Yes.
Arthur in his Joe's Joke Emporium swag. Joey's jammies and bedhead combo. Melanie and her mom, both in ties. Faith, our goth queen. Snake in his adult disguise. and Glenn, Snake's brother, in his teal sweatpants going for a run.
Oh my god. I mean,
Wow,
I know
there's
who
a
Mary's
lot.
gonna
Oh
say.
my god.
For me, Faith is just really killing it. It's just like an eternally cool look.
True. She does look good.
She segued from the 80s to the 90s seamlessly with that look.
Yeah, it's timeless. A timeless classic. But I'm open to some of these other looks too.
I do love a good disguise. I think I'm gonna like loosely put my stock in Snake in his adult disguise for now, but that just feels like a cue for y'all to try and win me over.
Well, I was gonna say, I'm also in the Simpson family, but I'm going with Glenn because those teal sweatpants had it going the fuck on. I loved them. I live for athleisure, even though I have a strict I don't wear sweatpants out of the house, even if I'm walking my dog rule. I think Glenn just looked sick in that running outfit. It wasn't even like teal. It was like Miami Vice. Like it was like sea foam. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
It was a very difficult to describe color, but it was.
I just looked it up.
great.
Yeah, I think that is like kind of a seafoam green. And he's got just like a great not vintage at the time, but a great vintage tee that he has paired with his sweatpants.
It's hard,
All right.
I would like to just throw in Joey's jammies and bedhead combo as a wrench into this.
Because we get, Joey's always very put together, so it's nice to like see him casual and disheveled.
Yup. Also, I loved Arthur and his Joe's Joke Emporium merch. Like, I love that he's like, I like to hang out with my dad, and I'm not afraid to let people know that. That's not always something people are bold enough to say in their teens. And
Mike is like, he's like DIY for life over here.
True.
Like, I don't
True.
think he bought all the sweats that he's wearing, like, cropped and the sleeves cut off,
yeah.
the neck cut out. Like, he's putting some work into that look. And I think, and also for his pregnant girlfriend.
Yeah, I do respect the craftsmanship.
Yeah, so I like that DIY attitude. With Snake, I also liked that they literally asked a man who was wearing the same outfit as Snake to buy them beer. So that felt like confirmation that it was a good disguise.
Yeah, he was an adult.
He looked great.
We haven't addressed Lucy's Sergeant Pepper look.
It's true.
She wore it multiple times this season.
Clearly a fave.
It was definitely it was like Sergeant Pepper meets, I think we were talking about like that Michael Jackson phase with those like embellished jackets that he wore on red carpets for a while. I think it was when he was with Lisa Marie Presley.
Oh,
Do we remember this relationship?
Yes.
Barely.
Yes.
Yes.
A blessing, truly, but not one that seems to be memorialized very much, which is too bad. But that was a wild time. He had a lot of like epaulets and and accoutrement. And Lucy, the thing about Lucy is that it just looks so natural on her. She doesn't look like she's trying too hard. If I were to wear that jacket, I don't even know what would happen. I think I would explode. Like, I would look so silly.
I think it's hard with Lucy because she consistently has such good looks that, yeah, sometimes she maybe doesn't get the proper credit that she deserves.
That's how I feel about BLT. Like, I think BLT always looks great. I think Michelle always looks great.
Yes.
So it's kind of hard to just pick out like one of their outfits and be like, this is the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was that one, I think, Paul, it was your look of the week in Starcrossed where when they go bowling, Michelle has like a pink shirt and I think she's got like black pants and she just looks so effortlessly good.
Cool. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
she
how do you pick
allegedly
one
hates
out?
baby pink.
Yeah, even though she wears it
I
every
don't buy
episode.
it.
No,
I
Wears
don't
it all
buy
the
it.
time.
that was for comedic effect and I respect
That was
it.
just to get a pop.
Yeah, she did it.
So I feel like we've strayed even further because we've now got multiple selections here. Is there any? I mean, so
Does anyone have strong,
Yeah.
like a strong contender for first place?
Mary, I
here?
feel like I'm going to take you at your initial word that your vote is for Faith.
I mean, it's just such a strong look from her. We
Mm-hmm.
don't see a lot of like goth, looks, at least so far in Degrassi. So she's
is
really
true.
out there on her own. It's a unique look. She doesn't have, friends like influence. Like this is all her. And so for that
Yeah.
reason.
You've
All
won me
right,
over.
all right. Yeah, I think
won me
I'm
over.
going to have to go with our singular goth queen.
Yeah.
There can only be one.
There can only be one.
Blessed be.
All right, so for these this next one here, we've got our most frequent looks of the week. I invite each of you to share yours. Mary, would you like to go first?
So technically, Arthur was my most consistent, frequent look of the week with 2 looks of the week. But I actually chose a Who Is She as my look of the week 4 different times, but that was 4 different people. So like just based on numbers, just a general, I seem to most frequently choose a random person from the episode. But if we want a named character, it would be Arthur for me,
All right.
since he's gone slightly goth.
All right. But we are going to give this one up to Who Is She?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who is she is your most.
That is my
Frequent
most
look of the
frequent selection.
All right, LD.
BLT and Wheels were both my looks of the week twice this season. And I think wasn't BLT's been a strong one for me and Wheels actually throughout the whole
Yeah.
tenure of Degrassi Junior High. Like I feel like Wheels is often in like a double denim look that I just cannot get over, and I'll always give it up. And I just think BLT always looks like effortlessly cool and casual. So those are my guys.
Nice.
Poorly.
Wonderful. For me, I have a 3-way tie between Scooter, Michelle, and that motherfucker Paul. I picked 2 looks from each of them this season, and I just want to say I went with Paul the first 2 episodes of the season before I knew any better.
Yeah.
I
It's hard to
mean,
know.
He looked great though.
Yeah, he can look great and still be a dick.
Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes
Oh well.
it just happens that way.
R.I.P. to me. All right. Now we have the best feud. Once again, multiple options. Try to keep up. First, we have LD and the twins versus Lucy's lying ass. Then Kathleen versus Melanie in the I drink your milkshake feud. Luke versus the police.
A-cab.
Arthur versus his dad and Carol. Wheels versus his grandma.
Aw.
Liz versus Caitlin from season 3, episode 7, The Whole Truth.
Oh, yeah.
Michelle versus Alexa. Yick versus Arthur
The class divide.
in a Money in the Bank ladder match. Then we have Tim versus Luke and Melanie versus Allison.
Oh yeah, Allison.
Yeah.
Allison competing for Snake's love. A snake's heart on a pole match.
Was Melanie competing?
Yes.
She didn't try very hard.
I think in the best way that she could.
She put that lipstick on.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Tim versus Luke, we got that really, really epic promo from Tim.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
That was
Pretty-
really good.
Pretty incredible.
I'm going to, right off the bat, just say that the first people I'm striking off of this list are Yick versus Arthur because I do not give a fuck, like, at all. Hated
Yeah.
this feud.
Yes, could not be
Hate
considered
it.
a good feud.
No, not at all. Michelle versus Alexa was great because Michelle really came out on top and just like gave Alexa a little taste of her own medicine. I loved it. It wasn't like super drawn out. It was just kind of a quip, you know? She's just like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, boys are like buses. Loved it. Loved it. Waiting for a bus. How are you feeling about it, Mary?
I mean, Tim versus Luke, I think, is the highest level of drama
Mm-hmm.
and the most feeling behind it. In terms of being enjoyable, I did like Luke lying to the police. That was kind of fun.
I loved Kathleen versus Melanie. I loved Kathleen getting milkshaked. It really felt like she
Yes.
deserved it.
It was an important moment for all of us to see Kathleen
But
get milkshaked.
But here's the question, because we also have best promo. So it's like the milkshake portion was really what we loved about it, not necessarily the actual plot of their feud.
Right.
You know,
Right.
we could say the same thing about Tim versus Luke because it's
Right.
not a long running feud. It's really like this one big moment.
Yeah.
It does go throughout the episode, though, because Tim has a couple of little snarks in there before he drops that promo.
Right.
So I
And
would
he's
still
the
say
one
it's a
that-
good feud.
Before he's
He
pushed to
tries
his
to
limit.
warn everybody to not do drugs, so that feels like that's sort of like laying the
It's a little
groundwork.
callback.
Yeah.
All right.
But I think I might have to go with Michelle versus Alexa only because of the way everything sort of resolves and they manage to continue being friends, and it feels like they have their feud and then they sort of move past it, which I think is important for a feud too. What's the resolution?
It does give us multiple sort of plot lines.
Yes.
Like Alexa and BLT's relationship kind of falls apart. Alexa going back to Simon. Michelle and BLT finally getting together.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm gonna give it up for Michelle and Alexa.
Good for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
Great feud.
All right. Next we have best promo. The aforementioned Melanie dumping a milkshake on Kathleen.
Hello, Kathleen. Oh, hi, Melanie. I'd just like to tell you I think you're right. Right? Yes, I'm way too immature to be on the dance committee. Oh, no, Melanie. You must have misheard me. What I meant was... Sorry, Melanie! sorry. That must have been my immaturity shining through. Well, ta-ta.
The other aforementioned Tim ripping Luke a new asshole.
Hey, Tim. Next time I see Shane, could you, give him this card?
Give it to him yourself.
I can't.
Why not? You went to the concert with him. You took the acid with him.
Hey, he didn't have to take the acid.
But you could have stayed with him. If you had, he wouldn't be in the hospital. You knew it was his first time.
Don't you think I know that?
Caitlin telling Joey that she never wants to see him again.
I never ever want to see you again.
Arthur at the open house.
And this must be Mrs. Kobolewski.
She's not my mother.
I knew I shouldn't have come here.
Nonsense. That was rude.
Me? Rude? This is supposed to be for parents.
I didn't think you'd mind if I invited Carol.
Well, I do mind.
I can't cope with this. I think I should leave.
Yeah, leave.
Arthur, smarten up.
We were doing fine without you.
And Kathleen telling off the mean girls.
As if he'd ever like her. Why don't the two of you just shut up? At least Melanie's nice, which is more than I can say for either of you.
Excuse me.
Ooh, I did like Kathleen telling off the mean girls as a mean girl herself, but a different brand of mean girl.
Right. Well, yeah, she knows it when she sees it.
Yeah, she's like, even this is too much for me.
Caitlin telling Joey that she never wants to see him is pretty good. That was some pretty good stuff.
Her face looks so mad. It's
Yeah.
just a great acting job.
I think up there with the milkshake on Kathleen thing, I think it was some audience catharsis. We all needed to see that happen.
Yeah.
It ended up making me feel bad for Joey, and I don't want that. So for that reason, I gotta say Melanie milkshaking Kathleen. That was my favorite promo of the season.
For me, it's got to be Tim and Luke, just because Tim really made me feel something.
I think I'm going with Tim too, just because I can't get enough of righteous indignation. It's just it's
point.
really good stuff every time you see it.
And he does hold a grudge, and all three of us really love a grudge.
Oh, that's
yeah.
true.
Okay, you know what? Maybe Melanie dumping a milkshake on Kathleen is like a very good catharsis, but Tim ripping Luke a new asshole is probably the best actual like promo. I'm coming over to your side.
Wonderful.
All
right. Next, we have cutest couple.
So many.
First, okay, well, first we have Lucy and Paul, but then in our Google Docs,
In the
hold
notes.
on, how do we want to phrase this? Yes. So first we have Lucy and Paul, but in the Google Docs notes, somebody added the parenthesis note, nope. So that's an asterisk there. Then we have Lucy and Clutch. I feel like the same note should be there, but it's not.
Same note applies.
Yeah, the same asterisk there. Wheels and LD, potentially.
They're just friends.
I love potential, and I love a beard.
Spike and Shane's money. Snake and Melanie. Aw, Grandma and Grandpa Wheeler.
Oh, love endures.
Mike and his shitty pregnant girlfriend. Y'all really are making me read each and every one of these. Joey and Caitlin. Michelle and BLT. Alexa and Simon. Alexa and BLT? 3 question marks. And Papa K and Carol. No.
Nope.
So those are our
Thank you.
options.
I feel like you know what I'm going to say.
I think we all know what we're going to say.
It's
Michelle and BLT.
Hey.
Number one
Yes,
Jersey couple.
unanimous.
Oh my God, there's no competition.
Ugh, the greatest. The greatest. My heart.
I really thought we were all going to say Mike and his shitty pregnant girlfriend for a second.
Well,
She
they
was so
did have
shitty.
they had those adorable matching sweater looks, so
Whatever.
you know they had that going for them.
Okay, I love it. All right, best newcomer. First, we have Bartholomew Bond, Allison, the #1 gourmet scum fan, Diana, and Dorothy.
Who's Diana?
She's the #1 gourmet scum fan, Mary.
I don't remember her. I don't know her.
She's got glasses. She doesn't really have a whole lot of dialogue. She kind of makes no impression, really. She's like very excited about Caitlin and Joey going on a date, I think. She's like a supportive, like auxiliary player. We haven't gotten much from her yet.
I forget who she's talking about, but somebody's trying to get to this concert even though they don't want to go. And she's just like, why would you want to go if you don't even like the band? Which, oh my God, yes.
Yeah, I vibe with.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'll tell you who it's not. It's not Dorothy, because I had to sit through Season's greetings of her being like, you guys are best friends. No.
That's true. That's got to take her out of the running.
She was my look of the week that one week in that sweatshirt that said handle with care, and that was sick.
I gotta say, I did kind of like Dorothy. Her like kind of spunky, chaotic little girl energy was killing me. But Season's greetings really just like big red button.
She also had the like C plot where she's got a crush on Yick, right? And she's like, isn't she squirting him with a squirt gun or something?
Yeah. All right. So we've also got Allison, who I think is Mary. I feel like that she was one of your faves.
I love Allison.
Hey,
bring on
Allison.
the drama.
Now.
All right. So I feel like Bart's got to be the safest choice here. I think I'm going to go with Bart here. It's like there's nothing you can really say against him.
He didn't know that his rat was pregnant, and he bought into sea monkeys as a scam. Like, I think he would join an MLM. So I'm actually going to give this to our #1 gourmet scum fan, Diana.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wild card,
Right.
man. She didn't like get scammed by anybody.
Yeah, she was just cool and questioned someone who wasn't going to a show for the right reasons.
Yeah, man.
I do like that Bartholomew talks like a robot. I like that someone's bringing that robotic energy.
It's just an expression, a robot expression.
I do like the drama that Allison brings to the table. Diana, I'm sorry that I forgot that you existed, but now that I remember, I did also like Diana. I'm willing to join Team Diana.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll jump ship for that.
Oh my God. Guys, welcome.
She did the most with what she was given, right? She didn't get a lot of opportunities. Dorothy had plenty of opportunities to impress us, and
True.
she didn't.
Yeah, no, she did not. All
And
right.
honestly, with Allison, it's just kind of like, I've existed in the world with enough like mean blonde girls. Like, I don't want that in my leisure time. No, thank you.
All right, next we have Best Titular Line. This is an incredible category. Lucy
Thank you.
in Big Girl Now. Joey and Snake in Can't Live With Them. Simply a lot of people in $20. And Lucy again in Bye Bye Junior High.
They really count on Lucy to deliver these lines. Which
She's
is
like our
understandable.
Ferris Bueller. She's breaking that fourth wall.
Yeah, she kills it every time.
I'm going to have to go with the simply a lot of people in $20. That's just me, though.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great episode. Great titular line.
I was leaning towards Lucy and Big Girl Now, but I'm willing to go with $20. Just the amount of people that say $20, I think it has to be the best titular line.
It's like a Greek chorus. You all remember high school English, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
All right. Excellent. Moving on. We have, and sadly, I don't think there's anything to vote on here, but we just must acknowledge in memoriam Luella, who was fabled to have died in the fire, which is very harsh. And we have Mr. and Mrs. Wheeler. We will miss all three of you.
Yes.
Are there any other characters who we know don't come back?
We never see Doris again.
Oh.
Mm.
She decided to go on the longest date.
She went on a date and she never came back. Actually, that sounds really bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a true crime podcast.
Oh no! Now we have to solve another crime.
We're already solving enough.
We've got enough crimes to solve.
All right. And now for our wild card here at the very end. I don't know if we really need to vote on this. I think these are just more propositional.
Yeah,
we have
I just
2020.
I just wanted to discuss. This is like
Yeah.
I don't think that any of these have to be ranked. I just wanted
No.
to spitball a little bit on if Degrassi Junior High, as it is that we've watched with these characters, were airing in 2021, what would some of the wild plot lines that they get into be? Because obviously 2021 is so much more like racy. I recently watched Euphoria. I'm never going to be the same again. It scared me.
Are the teens all right?
The teens are not all right. And so I'm just like, like I think Degrassi Junior High was the last time that the teens were all right. So I just wanted to float some wild 2021
I mean,
plot lines.
we are an anti-capitalist podcast here at I'm Sorry, Okay, and not everything has to be a competition. So
yeah,
our plot lines for select characters in modern time. Perhaps Arthur and Yick would catfish Arthur's dad.
Oh, yeah. I think they would.
Right? Absolutely.
I really, really think they would.
To what end, I'm not sure. Like, they would want to get something out of it. Or maybe they would just be like, Dad's so sad since Carol broke up with him. Maybe we should try and help him out. And then by helping him out, they end up catfishing him. Which
Right, like they would
not
think they were
helpful.
doing like having a fun time or just like doing a silly prank, but then Arthur's dad ends up with some sort of like mental issue as a result of it.
It gets out of hand as all
counterpoint.
pranks do.
I was going
Yes.
to say, before he breaks up with Carol, to lure him away from Carol, they catfish him.
Oh.
So that he decides to leave Carol. Because at
Devious.
least, yeah, it's fucked up. And that's what's happening.
Next we have Kathleen might stage an anti-mask protest.
Right?
I mean, our
Okay.
resident baby cop, as we all know,
Cop.
absolutely would.
I don't know. Okay, I read this. Who put this in, by the way? Was this Mary?
That was me.
Okay. So I feel like Kathleen loves the rules, though. And so I'm kind of wondering, would they have someone who's maybe kind of not supposed to be as smart, like Joey, who doesn't want to have to wear a mask because it like messes with his look or something? And then like you've got Lucy, who's like sewing masks from like all these like surplus fabric from like other clothes she's made. And
Caitlin's
she's handing
writing
them
an
out.
article about it.
Yeah, Caitlin's like writing like a very like well thought out pro and con after being told that all her stuff is one-sided like article. And then like I think Kathleen is like trying to get everyone to have like vaccine passports. Like she's such
It
a
could
rule
be.
follower. Or she
I
tries to
think it
get
could
like
go either way.
I feel like she might be concerned with her personal liberty.
right.
I
She's a
could see
libertarian.
Kathleen, immediately getting red pilled. Like she
Okay.
would just no question. But
You
No,
are
there
right,
are
though,
several scenarios though. I think that could get us there.
Yeah,
we know that she would be leading a cause.
definitely.
Difficult
And it would
to
be
say
wrong.
what the cause would be. Yes. However she was going about it would be entirely wrong.
I think in 2021 Kathleen is a turf. Like I think
sure,
I
yeah.
think she's like we don't want
yeah.
gender neutral bathrooms, and she's like bullying a trans character who's like changing in the locker rooms. That's what but like not like she's not beating anybody up. She's just saying gross shit to all the other girls, trying to get them to like be on her side. That's what I think 2021 Kathleen's doing.
It's science.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right?
I researched it for a paper.
all right. Excellent. Our next 2021 plot line, Spike gives up her baby to Miss Avery.
Yeah, that just felt like something that could happen. It'd be like she realizes she can't handle the like insurmountable pressure of having a baby so young, and she sees how sad Miss Avery is. In 2021 we get a lot more like Spike finds something in her desk, like it's like a rejection for like foster parenting or something like that, because she's like because Miss Avery's gay, and so Spike's like, I'm gonna give my baby to you. That was my fucking wild plot line that I came up with. And I swear to God, I think that happened on Glee. A show which, by the way, just for the record, I do hate. Like, so
in case
so
anyone
much.
needs to know.
I just needed it to be known. I hate a musical.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I could totally see this playing out, though.
Right?
It was kind of the dynamic that was, like, being set up.
It's really the only resolution to Miss Avery just like totally needling Spike about how she should be happy with the baby that she has.
It's like, you spend a day with Emma. See how happy you are.
All right. And our final 2021 plot lines for select characters, and perhaps one that we've been talking about this entire series. Alexa comes out as Polly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make it happen.
Would love that for her.
But I think there would be like a lot of issues around like informed consent. And I think that it would have like a lot of things where like she kind of uses that to like go out with every boy at first.
Oh.
Like there'd be a lot of like trying to juggle like BLT and Simon, or you know what I mean? Like, or like, I think she'd do it really badly before she realized that like she and Simon needed to like hash out the rules and like all that stuff.
I mean, we've seen like many times just in this season that like Alexa absorbs heel heat. Like she's willing to be the dumbest person in the room and make every mistake. I think for all of our personal enjoyment, I'm not really sure what that is, but I could really see all of that playing into her exploring the waters of polyamory. Yes.
I had a lot of like other weird things swirling around in my head where like Wheels becomes an emancipated minor, but like because he's friends with Joey, like Joey ends up being at his house all the time and like throwing parties and like all the horrible stuff that happens at Lucy's parties.
Someone's got to be put into a conservatorship, right? At first I thought Wheels, but then I thought Arthur's got all that money via his mom, though. I guess it's her money.
Or maybe Arthur's mom would get put into a conservatorship.
Ooh.
And then that would like affect how much money Arthur would get.
Steph.
Right?
It's Steph in a conservatorship.
Oh, sure.
She was suicidal and now she's very rich.
And they would use that against her.
Yes, they would. There it is. There it is.
Wow.
I think someone would definitely have an affair with someone's dad.
Oh, sure. Sure. Anybody really, I think that could work.
Maybe, I mean, Mike is I know Mike's taken, but he seems like a good candidate because he was a young parent.
This is true. Or you get like Joey Jeremiah and a teacher. Like I could see him being like the Pacey Witter of Degrassi. Or the Archie Andrews.
Oh, if it's 2021, there's definitely going to be a weird teacher storyline.
Yeah,
because that's like every modern teen drama. And they don't treat it like Colby.
No.
They treat it in a really weird way.
Degrassi's like the only teen show where I've seen them be like, this is bad, actually.
Yeah, there's nothing about this that is good.
Like season 1 of Dawson's Creek, which was like right after Mary Kay Letourneau.
Season 1 of Riverdale.
Yeah, season 1 of Riverdale. Pretty Little Liars.
Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah, there's really... The question is more or less what teen show doesn't have an inappropriate relationship.
And even later on in Degrassi, Next Generation.
Yeah, it's their bread and butter in Next Generation.
Yeah.
They love that shit.
Yeah.
And we get several of them. So, ooh.
What else? 2021. I mean, there's obvious cyberbullying.
Revenge porn.
Revenge porn.
We get revenge porn.
Absolutely. Clutch would either go to rehab or they would reveal a dark secret from his past to explain his problem drinking.
Yeah, he would kill someone in like in a drunk driving accident, I think, and then get sent to rehab. Or maybe he would just seriously injure himself and like total his car. And it would be like, you know what I mean? But he'd be on his phone.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be drunk and texting.
Constantly drunk and texting. Yeah. While driving.
Maybe Faith could like cast a spell on someone.
That would be sick. She starts like a coven.
Yes.
We get like the craft.
I feel like the twins would actually join. They're sort of like, they feel like joiners, you know?
Definitely. I feel like they are like the most likely to join a cult.
Yes. Yes.
Like they would join a cult.
Incredible stuff. Thanks, y'all, for listening to our wrap-up of Season 3 of Degrassi Junior High. We'll be taking a break for the new year, but stay tuned to our social media accounts on Instagram and Twitter at I'm Sorry Okay Pod for any future updates. Bye.
Bye.